Hello, everyone. I'm back, and I wanted to say some things that were on my mind because, that's what this channel's for. It's my little dumping ground. Anyway, let's just get right into it. I've been thinking about how this thing has affected me, when I was growing up and shit, in, school, and, how it could have gone differently if I didn't do what I did. Because there's two paths that I feel like I could have taken, where it's talk about it or don't talk about it. I went with the don't talk about it route, which means, I was kind of putting on an act for the most part. Because sometimes I'd think about it in school, and people would say, "Oh, what are you thinking about?" And, I just lie and just be like, nothing, it's not a big deal. But when I forgot about it, it wasn't an act then. I was truly just being myself, doing my thing. But I think the reason I didn't want to talk about it is because my main priority in school was to, make friends and, yeah, just kind of be normal. I feel like if I did talk about it, it's very easy to get made fun of, right? But here I am now, talking about it. Don't know why I'm doing it now at 21, but, we move. But that's besides the point. My point is that I used to think that this thing doesn't really affect me. It never really affected my life too hard. But the truth is it did. And if you're curious about what I mean by the thing, basically a quick rundown is that the way I exist is very different. The way that I quite literally see, I don't mean I see stuff different in terms of appearance. I don't see the color yellow as orange, you know what I mean? Even if I was blind, this thing would still apply, where my mind or something like that is extremely different. And you might say different in what way? I think that is impossible to explain, which is so funny because it kind of explains itself if you experience it, which I don't think anyone else is experiencing this except for me. It's extremely complicated. If I force myself to put it into words, it would probably be that I have a perspective that only caters to me on a very different level. So this has nothing to do with personality, all right? I want to set that straight. It doesn't matter if I'm dumb or stupid. Fuck. It doesn't matter if I'm dumb or smart. It doesn't matter if I'm intuitive or oblivious. This thing could be on anyone at some point in the future. I personally believe that I'm the only person that has this in the world. Crazy statement to make, I know, but I'm truly speaking from the heart in this video, and that's how I genuinely feel. No one can relate to me on this. As of current, that is what I believe. That being said, I want to talk about a couple more things. So one thing is the reason that I made this channel. When I had talked about it with some people, me and this one girl were theorizing why it would exist. Or we were thinking about if this has happened before. And I thought to myself, this could have maybe happened thousands of years ago and no one would know. Maybe they didn't make enough noise for anyone to recognize it from nowadays. My entire goal of this is to make an archive for someone in the future to see. The problem is, how do we know that they have the same thing that I do? Extremely difficult question that I think is going to need to be worked on for probably the rest of this channel. I don't want people to act like they have what I have. But just speaking from a logical perspective, the way that I exist is very different to everyone else. I want you to think about how your mind works. So when you're asleep, there's nothing going on, right? You can't think anything really unless you're dreaming. Sleeping, I'm not different than anyone else. I'm the same as everyone. Which is funny, right? When I talk about that, that's one step towards the right direction. So if it only occurs when I'm awake, that means it's got something to do with like being alive, right? Being conscious and actively thinking. So what about in that process is so different to everyone else? The moment I wake up, boom, just like that, I'm living a completely different life than everyone else. But you know, the more I discuss things on this channel, the better I feel about it in general. So I think I'm going to start uploading some more. But as of current, I like the idea of posting some more. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, leave a comment or email me. I reply to everything that I see. So it was fun talking, and see ya.